he was able to hang out, so he came over.
Ouch, 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 ouch.
Your knee?
Yep. I'm surprised it's not okay.
His friend that he did to me over FaceTime. He pulled open this big bag of shrooms and was like, "Oh, look what I got! Like, I'm gonna start selling these." And my friend, the one who was showing, had a much different reaction than I did. You know, I was kind of like, "Hey, like I don't want any," you know what I mean? But my friend, the one that he showed, when Jeremy opened that bag and showed him, he was like, "Oh, if you see, like, can you want me some? Like, I'll pay you back." And Jeremy, being the person he is, he's like, "Yeah, bro, I got you. Don't worry about it." He gave this dude a shit ton for free. On the floor, like in the living room. I thought he was dead, bro. I walked in, he was on the floor, laid out.
The video that you're hearing in the background, or the basically like the audio that you're hearing, is from a YouTube channel called Luna, just Luna. That's it. And it's a video, it's a channel that I've been watching for a while, but basically, like, yeah, this is his video, so I have to give him credit. But anyways, I'm gonna put a little picture of his channel right here so you can see it.
We're your homies, come on. And finally, after like a minute of him being like, no, like it's fine. Finally, he tells us, or should I say, he showed us, because he grabbed his phone, unlocked it, went to one of his messages, and then handed the phone to me. And I'm reading these messages, and essentially these messages read like this. It was this guy, we'll just call him Joey, okay? He was texting this guy named Joey. And the first message was from Jeremy. And Jeremy said, "I'm sorry, I'm a little short.
a shit ton of motivation to like make YouTube videos. Like, how do I act? I was like, there must be some point, there must be a time and place in which I feel really motivated to do just about anything. And I really do. There really is like a peak in my day where I'm in this one class at school, and it's called customer service, and it's with a teacher that I really like. And I like him because he's fit. Like, he clearly like stays in shape. He's like this really like lean, like 6'3" white dude who was born in Japan. And I think because he grew up in Japan, he has like a speech impediment. And it's not really an impediment, it's like he slurs his words. But like, it's not that bad. Like, it's all the S's and all the SH's that he just can't pronounce very well. He goes like, it almost sounds like static on like a TV. So there's that. But besides that, he's a really cool teacher. And let me see, let me play something on the TV.
Not want to go home because...
Just turn the volume off. But anyway, so he's a really cool teacher. And whenever I'm in his class, I actually feel really motivated to not make YouTube videos, but like I feel really motivated to like, I don't know, just make progress in life. Because like, maybe he's a motivating teacher. Maybe like the subject he's teaching just motivates me. I don't really know what it is. It just is, you know. So I was thinking that I'm gonna try coming up with a single word that describes how I feel in that class, and then from there in my brain I'll try accessing that motivation. So I think the best word would just be energetic. I think the best word to put in there would just be energetic. And so that's the word, energetic or energy. And then to define that is life force, or kind of like, how would you define energy in that context? Like, energy is something that you feel in your body, and it's something that gets your mind almost like your brain's like sped up. Almost like it's almost like after you've taken like energy drinks or like coffee or something, it's like your brain is like turned on to like new possibilities. So so that's kind of how I would define it. So we got the word, we got the definition, and then to use it in a sentence would be, during customer service class, I feel energy. During customer service class, I feel more energy than I do anywhere else. All right, so that's a sentence. And then an example of energy that I've felt before, maybe in my past, is I talked about this previously on my channel, but basically like I walked like probably like 10 miles like from my house up into like kind of I walked from my house, which was in, let's just say, city A, and I walked over the border between my city A and city B. And so I walked over the border, and that was only like a mile or two, because I was living like on the border of these two towns or two cities. And then I kept on walking, and I went down this really long road, and the road progressively gets more like into the nature. And I walked all the way into the nature part, and then I wound up at this place that I had picked out for like a solo camping trip. I call it like a vision quest. But basically, like, I had found it on Google Maps, on like the satellite Google Maps. I had found it like a couple months before, and so I had to kind of plan it in my head of how I wanted to do it. I had to kind of plan it in my head. And after I planned it, I found a black like zip up like bag that you tie on top of your car when you go camping or on vacation or something. And I filled it with a tent, a sleeping bag, a pillow, a like a, not like a mattress, but like a mat, like a sleeping mat. And then I filled it with a bunch of like apples and water bottles. So then I put it in the back of our Toyota Camry, or not Toyota Camry, but it was a Toyota Sienna. Yeah, it's one of those Toyota vans that all the soccer moms have. And I brought it all the way to that destination, and I took it out of the car, and it was really heavy because it had all this stuff in it. So I literally dragged it. From the parking lot over this fence and up a hill that was actually a really steep hill, and then I unpacked it and set everything up like on top of this hill. And this hill was in the nature, so it wasn't, I'm pretty sure it was a private property, but there was nothing there. It was just nature. It's actually where a lot of wildlife lived. So I set it up there. And I remember the day that I went to go set it up, or actually it was like the week before, the day that I went to go scout out the area for a good spot. I saw a family of coyotes, like, not too far. And when I saw the coyotes, it kind of scared me a little bit. But at the same time, I was like, oh, this means that I'll be in a place where like nobody's gonna like look for me. I was like, dude, nobody's gonna be able to like find me if I do this. So anyways, that's an example of when I had a lot of like energy, like I had a lot of physical energy and I had a lot of motivation to do it. So yeah. So that's the word energy. I gave a definition. I used it in a sentence. I found an example of it. And now I'm just going to wait until my brain finds something to yap about. I guess I could just make this a yapping session. I'm pretty much just going to be filming like inside today. So, but I am filming right now when nobody else is home because my family's at church. So I thought, I'll just wait till they go so I can talk about whatever comes to mind, and I don't have to worry about people judging me. I don't worry about my family like really judging me. I don't think they judge me at all, really. But it's just a matter of like, because actually I think both my parents watch my YouTube videos. Both my parents watch my YouTube videos, and they sometimes like them, they sometimes don't. I showed my mom the one that I made last night. I actually showed it to her before I uploaded it, or maybe it was after I uploaded it, and she thought it was really funny. Let's play a friendly game of rock, paper, scissors, okay? So, we'll go on three. We'll go rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and then you put something down, okay? Alright, let's go. We'll go slow. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay. 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 If you won, comment down below. Book that I just read. So it's pretty cool. So I read a 310-page book called Dark Rites by an author called Heather Graham, and it's the first book that I've read in like years. I think the last series or book I read was Harry Potter, and that's when I was like a kid. I remember rereading it maybe a couple times in middle school, and of course I've watched the movies a bunch of times, but I never really read anything else besides that. I've read other things, but I don't even remember like what they are, honestly. So I read that book, Dark Rites by Heather Graham, and it's pretty cool. Let me take this off. Okay. Take off my headband. I like putting on those like headbands. It's like sutra headbands because it makes your skin feel rubbery, like on your forehead. Kind of feels cool. So anyway, I read that book, and it was cool. I guess I could give like a, where's the camera? Here it is. I guess I could give like a synopsis of the book, which was pretty much like, it's a murder mystery. So it starts out with a murder in New York. A murder and a suicide. The guy who did the murdering did the suiciding. And so they can't get any information out of him. Thought my dogs were at the door. They can't get any information out of him because he's dead. So they try to figure out, why did this guy murder this person? But the last thing before he said was like, "Hail Satan" or something like that. So they're like, oh, this guy's like a Satanist or something. So they're like, oh, maybe this is a cult. So there's like I think there's about 7 or 8 main characters. The main character's name is Vicky, a woman. And she can talk to these 2 ghosts named Daryl and Darlene, which is like a couple, they're like boyfriend, girlfriend, and they got murdered in the previous book in the series. But it's not really a series, it's more of like, I guess it is a series, but it's like 20 books that have some of the same characters, but it recycles through like different characters. But it's called The Crewer of Hunters. And the Crewer of Hunters is like a special unit in New York's FBI that can like see ghosts and talk to the dead, and they have like prophetic like dreams and stuff like that. So there's a little bit of like a supernatural power to certain characters, certain people. I thought it was a good book. I finished it yesterday, and then I got another book by the same author, Heather Graham, which is like a trilogy. It's like the first book in a trilogy, so I'm going to start reading that today probably. So yeah, I don't know. It's been a really long time since I read a book. But what was I going to say about that? I literally had some like really awesome idea. Oh yeah, I was thinking like, man, what if like, because there's probably so many books out there that could become good movies or TV shows. I thought like, man, wouldn't that be cool if like, because I have like a friend, not really a friend, but I know someone back in California who does like film. I thought like, man, wouldn't that be cool to like work with him and like get him to like do this book? Like, what if I read these books and I got like really into them, and then like I had him or I had some like film crew like film it. I don't know. I think it'd be sick. It'd be really expensive though, because there's like there would be an underwater scene. Uh-oh. Is this camera? Oh, this camera's on lock, so I think the film might be upside down or something. Whatever, that's fine. It's all good. But anyway, so I read a book. No biggie. I just read a book. I'm 25. Read a book for the first time in a bunch of years. And I'm going to probably read some more this weekend. So anyways, yeah. Check out. Go to the library, check out a book. Nah, do whatever you want, but anyways, that's the end of my video. That's the end of my rant. And I'll probably be making more videos soon. So anyways, peace.